Hey yo, my Eve called one Adam 12. I got arrested. At first she protested, but on the seventh day he rested. Son, I always had the power before the Maduri sour with red cherries. Hereditary trait. Seeking salvation like the cranberries. Wrote murder with Angela Lansbury often. Till my biological clock stops and my casket falls. Each cell ticks like Boston basketball. See, Awesome was asking y'all, is Ras Kass the last to fall victim for wearing no mask at all? No gimmicks, just me being me, but you ain't bending or offending me. Cause anyways, Hennessy used to be a better friend than me, but I had to stop drinking so many pints because of the tendency to forget it ain't baseball. America's favorite national pastime is white supremacy. Never seen a nigga granted clemency. My metaphors is meta five. My styles go up in your raw dog, little boy. You get fucked like pedophiles. Um, this song is called The End. It's on the Assassination album. It's the last song, obviously. It's the end of the album. Produced by Easy Mo B and featuring the RZA. So shouts out Wu-Tang, definitely Bobby Digital, Riz, Big Bro. I was in a weird place when I wrote this. But it's one of my favorite verses. So basically what I say is my Eve, you know, kind of like 5% philosophy, like, you know, my my wisdom, the man is the knowledge, the woman is the wisdom, the Eve, you'd be the Adam. So I'm kind of playing with it like my foundation, basically it's almost like I'm saying like my mother called the police on me. You know what I mean? So I'm like, my Eve called one Adam 12. I got arrested. One Adam 12 is, I guess, some particular police dispatch call. There was a show called One Adam 12. So I'm kind of saying, like, my family called the police on me. And then I got arrested. And I say at first she protested, but on the seventh day he rested. So it's almost like, it's ill. It's just some particular family shit and shit I was going through at the time which I'm not gonna go that deep into, but it kind of felt like, okay, went to jail and on the seventh day I just found peace about it. And so then I say, son, I always had the power before the Maduri sour with red cherries, which is always my reference. And I do a lot of talking about my escapism, whether I, drink away the pain, kind of Mobb Deep would say that. Like, some people workaholics, some people steal, some people sexaholics, some people smoke weed. My shit was like, I'll have a drink and drink away the pain. So I was saying I always had the power before the Maduri sour with red cherries. Hereditary trait, seeking salvation like the Cranberries. So the Cranberries were a group. They had a song called Salvation. But I was just saying hereditary trait for me to be a drinker. My granddad was an alcoholic on my mother's side. Her brother was my uncle. So I was saying, drinking away the pain, seeking that salvation through a drink was a hereditary trait. Then I go on to say wrote murder with Angela Lansbury. So obviously murder she wrote. So I said I wrote murder with, this is more of a metaphor, wrote murder with Angela Lansbury often. And then I say, till my biological clock stops and my casket falls, each cell ticks. So basically, they can't explain why, but our cells kind of have a expiration date that we can't, like it just, you cut off, like your computer stops. So I'm just saying, like, until then, every cell's gonna tick until the one day they just turn off. And so I said each cell ticks, my biological clock. So each cell ticks like Boston basketball, the Celtics. Then I say C. Arson was asking y'all, because I'm repping my city, C. Arson. So I put on for it. And I'm saying C. Arson, I'm kind of saying, as a representative of it in this hip hop shit, my city is asking y'all, am I gonna be the next one to fall victim for not wearing a mask? Like all these other motherfuckers with stereotypes, super gang member guy or super hustler guy, or, it's all these boxes of people. And I was trying to be an honest artist, so I was saying C. Arson was asking y'all, It's Ras Kass, the last to fall victim for wearing no mask at all. And then I say no gimmicks, just me being me. But you ain't bending or offending me. So I'm like, I'm not gonna bow down. I'm not gonna change who I am. I'm not kissing no ass. I'm not gonna do no sucker ass shit to try to get on. So I say you ain't bending or offending me. Cause anyways, Hennessy used to be a better friend to me. So once again, drinking away that pain. And then I say, but I had to stop drinking so many pints because of the tendency to forget. It's not baseball in America. That's not America's favorite national pastime. It's white supremacy. It's coming over and stealing people's land and enslaving people and disenfranchising people and miseducating people. So I said, I had to stop drinking so much to focus in on what's really going on. It's not baseball. White supremacy is the favorite pastime. Never seen a nigga granted clemency. Then I go on to say my metaphors. People always say they have metaphors. I said I had meta fives. So I said my metaphors is meta fives. My styles go up in your raw dog, little boy. You get fucked like pedophiles, which no homo, no rape, no Cosby. But, you know what I mean? It was a good line, so I had to go for it. Fuck it. Line for line.